Hi, welcome to Mine 2. We're now going to play today with the Chatoyant Kaleidescope tool. First thing you see when you open it up is this default background. Go to the first tab, just below it you'll see the editor. Click on that. What we're going to do is get it looking a bit more exciting. And I'm going to do two kinds of kaleidoscope quickly with you today. One is based on simplest approach, and one it gets a bit more subtle. Okay, so let's click on that one. Click OK, and so there you have it. You can resize in the normal way using that. You can rotate. You notice if you just hover your arrow around, it goes into the rotate position. Then you can just decide if you want a different angle. You can just make it long and thin. You can rotate going the other way, so you can have intersections. You can change colors and have it quite big too, like that. Let's have a brighter color there. Okay, so when you're done, let's see what it looks like. So you click that off, and all the little marks that you've made now appear in the kaleidoscope itself. Now this looks pretty dull, doesn't it? So what we're going to do is two things. Firstly, we're going to go into the More, second tab along, click on Background, and we're going to click a better background, a background that works better with the colours. Now you notice that you have a choice here. You've got a box you can tick or not tick to move the background or not move it. You can't really see it very well on this one. Let's go to this one which has a distinct pattern. So if I uncheck the box, you can see that the background pattern is exactly as you see it here. If you click that, the background pattern starts to move, so you get much more complexity. Now let's go away from that for a moment and look at this back in the first tab, and you'll see speed, which is pretty self-evident. You can speed it up or slow it down, and you see segments. Let's look at segments. This is where you really start to get kaleidoscope effects, just by increasing the number of segments. Let's increase the speed as well, and you'll see exactly what I mean. And that's the maximum, so you've got quite a complex little thing going on there, lots of patterns bouncing around. All looks very stunning. What you can do next is go back to the background, push this down to the corner. Let's cycle through a few different backgrounds, see if we can find something that looks even more dramatic. And I've got the backgrounds moving on each one, as you see. And that's quite a nice one here. Okay. What we're going to do now is clear that, back to the first tab, Chatoyant tab. Let's bring the speed down a little bit. Let's bring the number of segments maybe to just over halfway. And let's go in and find another kind of brush and a different approach. So there's your brushes. What I'm going to do is take this one here, which looks black, and you'll see why in a moment. First of all, we're going to open it up, really quite large, and then I'm going to change the alpha. What I want to do is lay several of these over each other, so they form what painters would describe as glazes. See what I'm doing? I'm just laying over different kinds of layers here with different alphas, different levels of transparency, so you get the colour of the brush itself plus whatever's happening underneath, depending on how transparent you are. And you're going to get a glimmer of what's going on here in the background, but this is producing something much richer and more interesting and more complex. Anyway, let's see where we are now. So there we have it. You've got to look at the background here. Well, in fact, let's just stop and look at that for a moment. Back to the main thing. Let's speed it up. And let's increase the number of segments slightly. And you can see already there's something really rather lovely happening here. And you could settle for that and just live with that. But just occasionally, I'll slow it down there. You can see all the glaze effects coming through, and it really does look like an old style kaleidoscopes now. And that's just by playing with the alpha settings and using a brush, which on the face of it doesn't seem as though it's going to do very much, but even though the brushes look odd in the editor, within the kaleidoscope itself, they sometimes look. That's two simple kaleidoscopes for you to try for yourself right now. And the other thing you can do is you border on. So you can have it in a border that looks nice. You can change it to a small one, so you can have that going on in the corner of your screen. Get it really slow, thoughtful, so just moving. Just have it at the corner of your desktop. Or you can even have it full screen, and you've got the controls down at the bottom. Yeah, you can speed it up, and then you have these wonderful effects. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? The overhead increases, and so the speed will be a bit slower, but it'll look wonderful. That's the Chatoyant Kaleidescope from mind2.com.